Hi, my name is Luke David, and I'm here in breathtaking Greenville, Delaware, at Greenville's local hub, the BBC Tavern and Grill. The owner, David Dietz, has graciously offered to show me around and has prepared a menu of local favorites for me to sample. To complement these dishes, the bartender Joseph has prepared a number of incredible drink options. So, let's figure out what it means to eat and drink like a local as we look for another perfect pairing. All right, we're back here in the kitchen with executive chef and manager Brian Butler. He's going to teach us how to make these amazing nachos that I keep hearing so much about.
Start out with some black beans that have been refried with kidney beans, tomatoes, and onions. And then we start layering some chips. Layer of cheese.
What's all in the cheese?
This is 2 cheeses, cheddar and Monterey Jack. And then we put a few more chips on top.
Ooh, a little double decker.
Get them high.
And more cheese?
And some more cheese.
My goodness, how many pounds of cheese is that?
It's probably close to a pound of cheese.
All right, so we have the monster nachos here. What's our next step?
Well, we're gonna melt the cheese. Okay. So we're gonna pop it in the oven. 400-degree oven, so it's only gonna take about 4 or 5 minutes. But we pile lettuce nice and high on there. Tomatoes. Some green onion. And some fresh jalapenos.
Oh. And the seeds are in there, so you're gonna have that kick.
Yeah, it's got a nice little kick to it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look at this.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
It's not too hot.
Okay.
I appreciate your concern.
But it does come. They do come out hot, so you got to be careful.
Now we're coming to a dish that I am personally very excited about, the tuna poke bowl. So you want to walk us through what that's all about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a marinade on there?
There is a marinade on there, sesame, ginger, soy.
Oh, that's just so good.
We put that in the middle there. We got some edamame. We have some cucumber. Some avocado. A little bit of carrot. Gonna get another color on there.
Yeah, a little splash of orange.
And some seaweed salad on top.
Seaweed salad is amazing.
And then a little sriracha aioli.
Ooh, I like that touch. So this is kind of a deconstructed form of sushi.
Sure, yeah.
It like looks fancier, but it's easier to make.
And then we're gonna add some wonton chips. And there you go, that's our tuna poke bowl. The moment it goes on the table, people are happy.
I believe that. I'm happy just watching it being made, so if that's any indication. All right, so we're back here in the pasta corner of the kitchen, and Brian's gonna be cooking up some penne for us, right?
Penne and shrimp.
Penne and shrimp, awesome. So I'm gonna ask you to double task. Cook and tell me how you're doing it at the same time.
Hit it with a little salt and pepper.
Okay.
I got a high heat saute pan here that I've been heating up. You got nice smoke coming off that.
All the way on high?
Yep. And we're gonna throw our shrimp in.
Ooh, a nice sizzle.
And you want the high heats to sear in the flavor of the shrimp.
Right.
You give that a little toss. It's only going to take maybe
getting dangerous back here.
Maybe 3 minutes to put all this together.
Do you like to leave the shrimp on one side to let it brown, or?
Yeah, you want to get a nice color on it before you start adding the rest of the components. Got one more little toss, and now we're going to start adding a few more ingredients. Cherry tomatoes. Ooh. Some olives.
Olives, interesting.
And that's the interesting part of this dish.
Yeah, the olives.
The olives. It's kind of a variation on a puttanesca sauce, which is a olive red sauce and garlic. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of red sauce. It's not going to be a real saucy dish. You just want to like coat the noodles.
Yeah.
A little fresh rosemary.
And it's probably nice to have the pan preheated like that, so when you take it out and put more ingredients on, they're already starting to cook a little bit.
Yeah, when we're in a busy service, we have pans on the fire, just getting hot. So when the orders come in, we're all ready to go.
Set to go.
And then really, you're just getting the noodles hot.
Letting the flavors get to know each other a little bit. Are there any toppings that come after plating it up?
Well, any good pasta dish is going to be topped with some nice, fresh Parmesan.
Oh, and that's gonna melt right on there as you sprinkle it.
Absolutely.
That is gorgeous.
And that is it.
Oh, wow, that is beautiful.
Luke, how are you, my
Joseph,
friend?
I'm good.
Good to see you. How
Good
are
to see
you?
you. I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm well. Great to see you.
Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be very, very fun.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah?
It is my pleasure.
Are you ready to wine and dine with me?
Let's do it. Let's talk about food and some wonderful pairings.
I'm so excited. Well, Joseph, we're going to start here with the poke bowl.
Let's do it, Luke. It looks
right.
delicious.
It does, and it's gorgeous too. I love all the colors at play. I can already see the
Absolutely.
different textures coming out.
Absolutely. Carrot and cucumber, and there's also a mandarin orange element in there. And this is what I wanted to focus on. Our first wine pairing that I chose for us, and this is for you, my friend.
Thank you.
Fortress Sauvignon Blanc, Central Coast, California. With domestic Sauvignon Blancs is something very different. Not a huge amount of citrus, but more tropical. You're going to get cucumber, peach, and especially orange in here. And this is going to go with the cucumber and carrot specifically.
That's very fruity.
Absolutely.
Very refreshing.
And if you get a nose on that, you can really get that citrus and almost purple bloom.
Purple bloom, that's a good
As we
description.
Psalms describe, you know, a spring day citrus, light citrus, not completely ripe citrus,
Yeah,
a
I'm
purple
imagining
bloom.
like a spring day, a little bit of dew out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's delicious.
Well, that's exactly what we're trying to do, is establish that balance, right?
Indeed, indeed.
Between the food, the drink. Oh, I just got it. That sriracha just kicked me. Oh, that's nice.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And the wonton crisp actually adds more elements to it than I initially expected.
Absolutely. And pickled carrot here with the mandarin juice cooked through it.
And
Also,
I'm a sucker for seaweed salad as well.
absolutely. So we feel fairly successful in this pairing.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh,
Shall we
I
go
did
on to the
incredible.
next one?
I would love to after another sip of this delicious
Indeed,
wine.
me too.
Here we have the penne,
Oh,
red
delicious.
sauce and shrimp.
With shrimp,
Olives in there, which is a fun addition.
olives, absolutely. We have
Parmesan
a
cheese.
rosemary tomato sauce in there, and it was cooked down with bacon, which gives us a little bit more weight to the food.
Can't say no to bacon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
so
probably adds a
again,
little bit of heaviness, but not overpowering. So,
absolutely.
let's see.
So what we want to be, cautious of, Luke, is something that, we just spoke about before. Let's pair something wonderful to it with the bacon, the rosemary, that tomato sauce in there, and the culmination of the cheese. I chose the Drumheller Cabernet from Columbia River Valley, Washington. A Cabernet. Cabernets can range from medium to big body. We'll call this a medium to almost light body.
Okay.
This is fermented in natural oak, so it's going to give a slight vanilla and softer mouthfeel.
Oh, the oakiness really
Absolutely.
comes through.
And it matches the bacon in there and the rosemary and the tomatoes.
Yeah,
so there's
really.
a good amount of acidity in there. So a lot of people are apprehensive at times. Oh my goodness, with seafood we have to have white wine. It's
Because that's a traditional thought.
It's a traditional thought. I don't know how applicable it is, but we can always pair wonderful reds with seafood, provided again, if we have the balance of acidity, and we certainly do here.
Well, I think if this was like an Alfredo base, it'd be a different choice.
Absolutely. That would be rather bold of me to do that with Alfredo, but thank you for saying so. But
But the red is a really nice addition.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you, is there a proper way to swirl, to aerate the wine?
Well, what I like to do, and you
I
should
kinda like
always
to just-
aerate, I go counterclockwise like this.
Okay.
Trying not to spill it on my guests.
I'm glad I'm not wearing white.
Yeah, exactly, or me as well. And when you aerate it, give it a little bit of the nose, and it'll almost smell a little bit differently.
And why do you lead with the nose so much? Is that just because a lot of tones come through with that?
Absolutely,
wine drink?
it's part of our olfactory senses.
Right.
If you're trained to smell, like animals always do, they use it for almost everything. If you learn to smell wine a certain way and you practice doing it, you can receive all kinds of identifications through it, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited you like the pairings.
I honestly am blown away.
Very nice.
Because in my day-to-day life, I'm busy, it's hard for me to really
Sure.
think about these things, but to sit
Absolutely.
back and take it all in,
Absolutely.
try to do something a little bit extra goes a long way.
Luke, absolutely. And what better way through all the cultures of the world to sit down with someone with delicious food, a delicious libation of whatever we're doing, a cocktail, a beer, sit and talk and enjoy each other's company and enjoy the food.
Oh,
How universal is this, my friend?
oh my goodness,
Let's-
this is absolutely fantastic.
Shall we continue to the next one?
Let's do it. Let's plow ahead.
All right.
Well, Joseph, we've tried the poke bowl, we've tried the penne with the shrimp, and now we're on to our massive mains here with the nachos.
Absolutely. We also do casual food as well. The food does not have to be complicated to taste good, Luke.
Yeah, well, we had our fine dining experience.
Absolutely.
And now we changed gears to our everyday man kind of meal.
I love it, and I hope you notice the fresh green jalapenos. Green gives you a little bit of coolness because it's a green vegetable, and then the heat. It's
Yeah.
another stark contrast to our nachos.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with a nacho. And the cheddar, the Monterey Jack, the crispiness of the tortilla.
Absolutely. Shredded lettuce, fresh pico gallo made almost daily, small batches to keep it fresh.
Yeah, all seems fresh, and look at the jalapenos are super crisp.
Absolutely.
But it isn't like traditionally Mexican cuisine, so it doesn't pair well with a house-made margarita here that I want to ask you about more.
Absolutely.
Or does it pair well with the beer, a more classic option?
Well, actually, it's universal. We could go either way. First, I want to tell you about the margarita I created for you.
Please.
We used Herradura tequila. Luke, as you know, all tequila is made from agave, but not all agave is tequila. Are you okay?
Oh, I could drain that in one gulp. That is the.
So
I have to
all
calm
we have
myself
in here,
down.
and talk about simple, fresh ingredients, all we have is Herradura tequila, fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice, and a little bit of Ron Monnier for our French fans out there
Very
to
nice.
balance out the acidity and base. Balanced and delicious.
Wow, that is incredible. All right, so this is the Greenville Pale Ale, correct?
Absolutely.
Do you know anything about the history of this?
Absolutely. Well, originally they were in a mill house maybe about 2 miles from our location here at BBC in sunny
Wow.
Greenville. They've now moved to sunny Newport, Delaware, an industrial park where their production capacity is 3 times what they had before. Cascade hops is in there, and also citric hops is in there. An homage to an English-style ale, easy to drink,
Very smooth.
very smooth, and this is also a wonderful pairing. As I said, we don't have to be fiendishly complicated to have a wonderful pairing of simple food and simple beer.
And on the other side of the spectrum, we have the margarita that you handcrafted specifically for an
Absolutely.
occasion like this.
Absolutely, and this is simple, simple margarita, Herradura tequila, fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice, and a little bit of Ron Monnier to add a bit of sweetness to it. Yes, as the French say.
I'm lucky I can roll my R's.
Absolutely. And again, we see a balance again with the tequila complementing the jalapenos and the fresh pico gallo.
Yeah, and you know, classically, there's a lot of the times a lime zest over top of nachos or a little bit of lime on the side, and that's what this adds. Is
Indeed.
that
Indeed.
tangy citrus element.
And again, it gives balance to a body that we're searching for, a finish that we're searching for. So yes, indeed.
Right, and not overly tart because you have the orange to balance that out.
Absolutely.
So you're really coming full circle.
Yes, absolutely. And again, we go back to the study of acidity and base and the balance. With our food, with our beers, with our cocktails. If they're balanced, we have a wonderful or a continuous effect.
So is that your strategy when you make a drink and pair it with a meal is to find that
Absolutely.
that balance,
We
think
find the
about
balance. That complementary balance is what we're always searching for.
that? Well, you have struck genius, my good sir.
Thank you, sir.
that
You were
is
too
actually-
kind.
Yeah, that's my job here, but that is, man, that is incredible. I could drink that all day. And yeah, like you said, the acidity with this and the heat going on makes you want to come right back to get that refreshing taste to
Absolutely.
re-enter the nachos.
Absolutely. Luke, you've done well today.
I'm doing my best here. You make my job easy.
I'm looking forward to going to many other restaurants with you, and we could do this all day long.
And when you get your masters here, we'll head down to Chile and have a grand old time.
Absolutely. I'll see you in Chile in my vineyard.